I have made some bad mistakes in my time, but that's the breaks, and I'll bet I've had way more fun than you.
Well, hello there, and welcome back to another exciting edition of Kip Does Stuff. Today's project is something I actually want someone to do for me, but since my friends suck, I have to do it for someone else. What it is there used to be this service where they would mail you parts of a project. You'd get one like every day or every other week or something like that, and you'd have to try to look at it like, what is this part? What is, and more would show up, and maybe if you had an analytical mind, you could figure out what it was and assemble it, but they tried to send you the parts in such an order that you can't figure out what it is until that one linchpin part shows up, or if you have no clue at all, the instructions. So what I want to do is build one of those, but I'm not going to do it out of steel or anything. I'm just going to make it out of wood, and I'm going to make it a simple catapult. So let's see if we can find the materials and get started. Okay, I've drawn out a basic design. The whole thing is made out of about 10 parts. Got 2 cross pieces, 2 end pieces, 2 uprights that are flexible. These 2 parts here go into the 2 cross pieces and suspend this round cylinder, which will hold the catapult arm and attach string from here to these 2 flexible uprights. So what we need to do is construct the base, which is these 2 long pieces and the 2 ends. Okay, we'll start out here on the radio arm saw by cutting the 2 end pieces about 7 inches long. I've got a stop block here set up to get 2 pieces. Okay, I've reset the stop block to 14 inches, and I'll cut the 2 side pieces. Okay, I've already got one good side on each one of these pieces because I've cut it before. So now I'm going to trim off all the bad edges and make sure they're all exactly the same size. So we'll just do that on the table saw. Okay, to assemble the ends to the side pieces here, I'm just going to make simple butt joints and then connect them with the screw. This isn't going to be anything that's going to be under a lot of pressure, it's just going to be a toy. Okay, the next step is to build these 2 uprights on either side here, and I'll hold our cross piece, and to put in these springy pieces that go on either side. I'm going to bore through the end pieces on either side and on both here for these so they can just pressure fit in there, no fasteners needed. Okay, we'll start out by finding the center. We've got 16.5 inches, so that's 8 1/4 center, and we've got an 1 1/4 wide, so 5/8 is our center mark here. Okay, the simplest way I figured to put this piece in place and mark it would just be hold it with my fingers, really, and then I'll trace around it. Okay, now we've got these 2 marked out. I'll just drill them out on the drill press and then hog the rest of it out with a chisel. Okay, I was able to get all the holes drilled and cleaned out and all the parts installed. They're all pressure fit. Nothing is there completely. So now I need to take these two parts out, clamp them together, and drill a hole through them to accept the cross piece that will spin in here. I'll be making that out of a 7/8 inch dowel rod. Okay, I've taken these pieces out and drilled them so that they'll accept this cylinder piece. Goes in between these two. Fits in here like this. What that is the part that will hold the little catapult arm itself, and the strings from these two springs will meet up here in the center. This one will come down through here, this one will come down through here, and as it tightens up this direction, these will close in and put a lot of tension on it, and when it's let go, boom, it'll throw it. Now I need to make the cup that goes on this end. So, over to the table saw. Okay, now I got a little piece of scrap that I use for the uprights on the catapult, and I'll just cut this to size and then go from there. Okay, I've got the catapult arm finished. Got a couple screw ups in the back, but I don't care. So now we need to mount it in this hole right here. And that's how it goes in there. Just pressure fits. Be taken apart. And what will happen is, now I'll thread the string from here down through this hole and around the thing so it holds nice and tight. And from here down. And when we go to move this arm backwards, this string will start wrapping around it this direction and pulling this in. And this will wrap underneath, pulling this in, giving us a good tension. So by the time we get way back here, it's going to be nice and tight. We put something in there and let go of it, and boom, it's going to fly. Okay, so I've got a couple pieces of twine stuff in here. It's not very good. It's not what I wanted. I actually wanted to put a little bit more tension on it, but I wasn't thinking about it as I tied it up. But here we go. We got the catapult arm. You pull it back like this. And as you see, it's putting quite a bit of tension on there. I'm going to take the case I use for my earplugs, and there we go. Now all I need to do is take it apart, sand it, and do the finishing on it. Okay, I've got all the pieces laid out here, taken them apart, and I've put a coat of stain on them. On each piece I've marked with a letter corresponding to the point where it hooks to each piece. This is F, this hole here is F, and it slides in here. If the person I give this to is eagle-eyed enough, they'll notice the letters and start corresponding them with where they end up going. Hopefully they pay attention and can put it together correctly. I also include the 4 screws, and I might put some string in it with instructions on how to tie the string on this center piece and connect it to the top of these spring uprights. So that's it. Thanks for watching.